right, good evening, IHSA football family. This is episode 9 of the DuPage Run and Shoot Show with my co-host Patrick Codo. My name is Peter Leinweber, aka Coach Big Pete, publisher of Deep Dish Football. Make sure you follow Coach Big Pete and Deep Dish Football on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. My email is coachbigpetefp@gmail.com. If you have any questions, feel free to ask away. Also visit deepdishfootball.com. Now, I send it over to the world's greatest co-host, Mr. Patrick Codo. Please give away your information, sir.
You got that right, Pete. Well, hello, everyone. This is Patrick Codo, the co-host of DuPage Run and Shoot. I'm also a sports reporter over at NCTV 17. So if you want to check us out at nctv17.org. I'm on Facebook, X, and Instagram. My podcast, Codo's Mojo, also on Facebook, X, and Instagram. Just dropped a new episode this week. And if you got any questions for me, Find me at Pete Codo at nctv17.org.
All right, let's get with the week 8 scores. Again, Brother Rice 24, Montini 7. Montini is now a little bit on the cold slide right now.
Ooh, boy, Montini. I mean, yes, they are in the playoffs, but come on, you can't be satisfied with the good start and just get cold from there. Hopefully, they can get that one last win before they get into the playoffs, because we've seen teams get cold during the season and then just get hot at the right time. It's happened before.
And you're completely right about that, Mr. Codo. Good point. Next
Ain't
one.
over yet.
Nope. Next one. Addison Trail 21, Leiden 7, sir.
Addison Trail is playoff eligible. Addison Trail is playoff eligible. Yes.
And
yes.
it's great.
Yes. Let's go.
A great story. Blazing, Coach Blazing, and that whole staff at Addison Trail. This is well deserved. I'm happy to see it.
Absolutely. I'm so happy for these guys. You know, this team's been going through hell in the past few years. Last season was a good stepping stone. Huge leap this year. You want to talk about a most improved team? Mm-hmm. This has to be a candidate.
Yep, definitely. Big shout out to them and the DSD, the big one over Leiden. Now, East Aurora 32, West Chicago 21. East Aurora is a little bit like West Chicago, and they got the win. They got the big win. What do you think, sir?
I was just about to say that win makes East Aurora playoff eligible. Am I correct?
Yes.
So obviously, you know, West Chicago. Obviously, I know we're pulling hard for West Chicago, but I'm really happy for East Aurora. Yes. Let's not forget they had a super long losing streak,
Very long.
like 10 years ago. It was like over 40 games.
Yes.
You know, 10 years ago, this team was everybody's punching bag. Not anymore. You know, props to West Chicago. Press to East Aurora. West Chicago, though, I mean, they got one more shot. Hey, we're proud of you guys, but
yeah,
we'll have a little extra smile if you can get into the playoffs.
Definitely. And a big shout to East Aurora and Coach K. He's done a wonderful job with East Aurora. IC 55, De La Salle 20. Surprise, not for me, not
really, but much needed win for IC.
Yes, and this was a big time win for them. They needed this. This was a huge win for them. Like you said, Mr. Codo. York 28, Lions 14. York, again, another team that needed that win, and they got it, sir. What do you think?
Huge. Good to see York, pick it up too.
Yeah.
They've been cold lately, So this is a big win in so many ways.
Yep. Next one, and this was a little bit of a crazy. This one knocked me on my back, and I know their defense showed out that night. Wheaton Academy 30, Aurora Christian 7.
Well, the game was not as bad as the game was closer than what the score says.
Yes.
Both teams were tied at 7 at the half. Warriors jumped out in front. Brad Casper with the screen pass to Giovanni Spinelli that resulted in a touchdown. Then Mitch Clark had himself an interception. Warriors capitalized with another touchdown. Talk about a game changer. Touchdown, interception, results to a touchdown. You're up by 14 points, just like that.
And Wheaton Academy, again, they did a good job with the defense. And I have to say this right now. This Wheaton Academy team is impressive. They got one big, more final test in week 9. But overall, they've passed with flying colors. They had a little bit of a problem with Chicago Hope Academy. They gave them the loss. But again, big win for Wheaton Academy.
That's a sneaky team right there, Chicago Hope Academy.
Yep. Next one, Wheaton North 24, Glenbard North 7. Not that much of a surprise.
Not really surprised, but good to see, Wheaton North, pick it up after a rough cold stretch.
And hey, give it a shout out to Wheaton Warrenville South. They fought their butts off, but Batavia 28, Wheaton Warrenville South 14. What do you think, sir?
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say, I am eating shit for this. I thought we can put up a fight, but that's just Batavia. I mean, they're good. I mean, Tigers held the Bulldogs early. The game was tied at 7, and then Batavia turned into Batavia things. And now that loss puts Wheaton South in a must-win situation. We have a lot of teams in must-win situations.
Yep. And a
lot of teams playoffs start tomorrow.
And a pretty easy opponent coming in this weekend for Wheaton Warrenville South. Streamwood 30, Fenton 14.
Not really surprised.
Not surprised. Naperville Central 49. Was it 49?
Yeah, 49.
Mateo Valley 21. Wow. Big time score.
I mean, props to Mateo Valley. All their touchdowns came in the second half, so it's not like they gave up. Obviously, Central had all their backups in, but still, backups are not impressive to see. Mateo Valley, get something together. Lucas Leinweber threw a couple touchdowns and stuff. And again, too, and this has been a theme a lot. Numbers for Mattia. Numbers.
Yeah.
I was, before their game, I saw their sophomore team. I swear to God, I saw you had your normal 11 on the field, but I only saw 10 guys in the bench. I'm like, this is not good. That's not good. That is not good. That is not good.
No,
you need numbers. You need numbers.
Definitely. Neuqua Valley 40, DeKalb 6, but Ryan Moeller, what the hell, had a great game for Neuqua Valley.
Ryan Moeller's this team's been picking it up lately. I mean, granted, they played, okay teams, but still.
If Ryan Moeller can stay on fire, this Neuqua Valley team looks pretty scary. I know they need that with the 5th win this weekend.
No, they have 5 wins.
Oh, they have 5 wins. Okay, I forgot about
6 to secure a spot, but it's safe to say that they are playoff eligible. But if you want to get comfortable, you need that 6 win, and they've got some quality wins. You got they beat Naperville North, they beat Minooka. So even if they lose tomorrow, which that's tomorrow ain't no given.
No, it ain't
no given for tomorrow. I think they'll be safe to get in if the ball doesn't go their way tomorrow.
Yeah. Naperville North 28, Wabansie Valley 7. Sir. Ooh.
Yeah. I know. I mean, some shit on this one. Our game, I mean, shit. Yeah, I for sure thought Wabansie could do something, but yeah, North had the better game plan.
I was a little bit shocked.
I'm happy to see Wabansie Valley has 4 wins on the year than more than the 0 they had last year. But come on, you're letting some of these games slip away.
Agreed.
At this point, you can pretty much say that Hobart Flossmoor game was your playoff game.
Yeah, pretty much. You're right on that. Piatone 40, Lyle 0. Not as much of a surprise.
Lyle's ready for the season to be done.
Yep, Lyle's definitely waiting for that. South Elgin 49, Bartlett 7.
Wow.
South Elgin is just they're playing pissed off. And
triple option, Pete. Triple option.
Yep. And overall, they when they get into the playoffs, you just got that feeling that they're gonna start shocking some teams at 8A, and there's some teams that do.
Well, you hope. What's the farthest they've gone in the playoffs is what I want to know.
I think it was quarterfinals, if I'm not mistaken.
So I was gonna say, in the past years, they've gotten some shit luck.
Yeah.
With drawing some tough opponents, and then those teams beat the shit out of them.
And they're 8A.
Not easy.
No, it's not.
So hopefully that loss to Glenbard South could be a good learning curve.
Definitely. Talking about that, Glenbard East 28, Glenbard South 14, sir.
So Glenbard South was talk about another conference shaking it up, the UEC. That's a huge win for the Rams.
Big game by Amante Cook. Big game by Blake Saviano.
Love that name.
And that defense as well. Just unbelievable. And like I said, I was completely shocked because I thought the Glenbard self, they were going to go undefeated, but holy hell.
No,
Big
no, no,
shout.
no. That's another big win for a UEC team in
Yep.
Glenbard.
Big shout to Glenbard East on that win. Willowbrook 41, Morton 14. Surprise.
Nope.
DGS 63, Proviso East 6. Nope.
Third time's the charm where DGS starts off like 0-4, 0-3, and then they start winning. Like
DGS does this every year.
Oh, there's a lot of teams that have been doing the same shit every year, Pete.
Yep. Westmont 43, Walter Christian 6. Not surprised.
Westmont won a game?
Yes, Westmont won a game.
Still won a game? I am surprised. Westmont won a fucking game.
Yeah, this is their second game that they won. And
good for them though.
And Walford Christian hasn't played that all day. It was canceled most of their games because of participation levels and that. But luckily they got a game against Walford Christian. Walford Christian thought that they were going to win this game. So
still a win, so I'll take it.
So yeah. And DGN 32, Hinsdale Self 0. Let's see. L had Ridgewood taking that win tomorrow. I got that from a Ridgewood kid on my Instagram live. They play Westmont tomorrow. No surprise, my man. It's going to be a running clock. Ridgewood wins. Not a surprise, my man. All right.
Is Noah Battle back for Downers Grove North?
Yep.
Good. I mean, I'm sure they've learned a lot from those two losses. I mean, you can't rely on your running back all the time.
Yeah. It's going to
be Lance is the QB, right?
Yes.
He's only a sophomore,
yep.
Right?
Yeah.
So they have him back for a few more years, but no, this is a Downers Grove North. It's another scary team to be on the lookout for.
Yeah, and it's again with DGN getting Battle back, and overall, again another facet to that game of DGN. Overall, there was a big win for Hinsdale South. Next game, Hinsdale Central 46, OPRF 13.
Not much of a surprise, but good to see Hinsdale Central, pick it up. Sure, they're not going to make the playoffs, but
yeah. And I mean, I thought that OPRF was going to be on a rise this season. They didn't. So
right.
Hinsdale Central, it's just one of those games where you can see some of the high school teams, they don't want to play. They want the season to end. Screw it. I can go on my PS5. Screw that crap. I don't want to play this.
I can go on my PS5. I can go hang out with my friends.
Yeah. Yep. Loyola 41, Bennett 7. Surprise.
Not really. Not really. You had to figure we saw this coming.
Yeah.
Did the players and coaches see that coming? No. But
yeah.
We saw it coming, unfortunately.
Not big shocker right there. Loyola, St. Francis 42, Leo 6. I know I sent you I did not send you.
We knew they were gonna win. We knew they were gonna win before.
Yeah, it's pretty much. Leo started off hot in the beginning, then it went bad. Glenbard West 48, Proviso West 0. Surprise.
Nope, but Glenbard West is nothing new.
All right, IHSA games of the week. East St. Louis 27, Edwardsville 15. Holy hell.
Okay, well, at least the good news for Edwardsville is that they don't have to worry about these guys in the playoffs.
No, they don't.
Edwardsville 7A and East St. Louis is 6A, but I wouldn't want to play Edwardsville. I don't want to play Edwards. I wouldn't want to play Edwardsville. Is anybody that can, there are some teams that can dethrone Mount Carmel, Pete. There are some teams that can dethrone Mount Carmel.
Hey, that's a good point. You brought up a good
Edwardsville
point.
Could be one of them.
Yes.
Batavia could be one of them. If there's anybody that hates Mount Carmel, it's Batavia.
Yeah.
Anyone that hates Mount Carmel, it's Batavia.
And again, I totally agree with you. And
I won't be surprised if I see Mount Carmel, Batavia, and Edwardsville in the 7A Final Four. I won't be surprised.
And when we get to 1A to 4A, there's a lot of teams, there's a lot of stalwarts that say that team's kicking ass. From 5A to 8A, there's just so many questions. so many questions with a lot of teams.
I
And
don't mind it as long as I don't mind it.
it's just gonna be one of those crazy
Also
playoff
depends on the
seasons.
seeding too, and who gets the good luck of the draw.
Cesar Valier 30, Johnston City 28. Cesar Valier on to win the BDC. Wow, big shout to Cesar Valier. What do you think, sir?
Oh, I love it. I love it. First of all, this is exactly the game we expected. It was a packed house. Johnson City, though, they were up 16-0.
Mm-hmm.
And Cesar Valier stormed back.
And
those Southern Illinois schools love their football, Pete.
Yep, I definitely. And
those towns will shut down to go watch the games.
Yep. And I think, again, the big thing for it's going to be is when they get into the playoffs, especially with that 1A and that 2A, those 2A brackets. Can the Black Diamond go far? They went far last season.
Johnson City's in 2A, right?
Yes, I believe so.
There's some Southern Illinois schools that can make some noise. Carbondale just picked up a big win last week against Marion.
Yeah. Murfreesboro's undefeated.
Murfreesboro, okay, that doesn't surprise me.
The Coin's undefeated. The Coin. Yeah.
The Coin. That's Nick Hill's alma mater, by the way. SIU's coach.
They're playing Murfreesboro. Undefeated.
Wait, why is that not IHSA game of the week?
Because we did Southern Illinois last week.
I know, but come on.
Yeah. So again, big shout to Cesar Valier. Manuka 13, Oswego 10. Manuka gets the much needed. Well, they needed this win again, especially with playoff points. But this Manuka squad again is a huge dark horse going into the playoffs. And again,
defense that defense has been clutch all season.
Yep. It's just this team is just unbelievable.
Really, any of those teams from the Southwest Prairie Conference can be dangerous in the playoffs if they get the right opponent. Seriously.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, West Aurora, they're slowing down a little bit. Julian
West Aurora started off 5-0 and they were cold.
Yeah.
Pete, when we won the state championship my junior year, we started off 5-0 and lost 3 straight. People were counting us out. We pick up a week 9 win against Naperville North, and that started our hot run to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Why do you think they say the playoffs is a new season?
And Juliet West has only got 1 loss too. That's another thing to keep an eye out for. Yeah.
So we could see them in the playoffs. Yep.
Bryan 49, Dixon 6. Byron, they're kicking ass.
As they always do.
They're just kicking ass. Big boys kicking ass. Simple as that. Congratulations to the Tigers. All right, DuPage games of the week 9. St. Francis takes on Nazareth Academy, sir. Can they get the win? Nazareth, can they get the win and get into the playoffs? But
well, honestly, Pete, this is not the first time Nazareth has been in this situation.
That's
true. We saw what Nazareth has done in the past 2 years, and we also saw what they can do in the playoffs. I think Nazareth can pull it off. St. Francis has let a couple of games get away from them.
I agree. It's just one of those games. It's going to be one of those weird games. And I think the big thing is going to be on Alessio. It's going to be on Alessio's back. And again,
Alessio versus it's going to be Alessio versus Malachuk.
Yeah. And again, the running game for St. Francis is going to be very important against this Nazareth defense. We will see what happens. Next one, Fenwick versus IC. Now, I put this game on here, but to be honest with you, I'm a little bit disappointed in Fenwick. They lost to the Paul Prep last week.
Fenwick?
So it's just one of those weird things of you got to put the game down, but do you see Fenwick having any chance against IC?
Well, consider the fact of how we've seen IC play against these bigger schools. I think IC will win, but it's going to be close.
Yeah.
IC is not going to steamroll them.
And again, Fenwick's got a great receiving core, great group, and has a great quarterback. Good defensive end, too. Star defensive end, Nathaniel Marshall, who's an absolute stud. One of the best defensive players in the Midwest. So, again, this is going to be a big game to keep an eye out for, but we will see. Bennett takes on Providence Catholic. Ooh.
So this is a fun fact, Pete. So this is the 3rd year in a row that Bennett enters week 9 4-4. Providence is also entering week 9 4-4 for a second straight year. Third straight year that Bennett's Planet 4-4 is playing a 4-4 team. You win, you're in the playoffs.
What do you think?
And Bennett's got its, has its good and bad, but Providence, we saw how they did last season. I think Providence gets that big win at the end because they've been in a situation before. And then Bennett, they've had 2 opportunities and not just let it get away, but they got destroyed in those 2 games against Nazareth.
And like I said, and I totally agree in the back of my mind that I could say Bennett. I could say Bennett, and I'm hoping that they win because again, this is DuPage.
Yeah, I'll be happy if Bennett wins, but
Providence Catholic is just
Providence Catholic again.
In my mind, yeah.
Yeah, usually when it's the right time for Providence Catholic to get hot, they get hot, and when Bennett gets cold, they remain cold.
And Providence Catholic's got a great offensive line too. Barry's definitely.
And if Bennett wins tomorrow, then so be it.
Yep,
so be it.
That'd be awesome.
We'll take it. We'll take it. We would love to have a lot of teams to cover in the playoffs.
Yep. Next one, Montini versus St. Lawrence. Montini. You guys taking off to get into three and then to just start kicking everyone's ass when you get into
could Montini use a win before the playoffs?
Yes, this would be a huge win for them against this tough St. Lawrence team. That's mighty impressive, by the way. The St. Lawrence team, Coach Nissan has done a wonderful job. Aaron Ball is unstoppable.
Absolutely.
So it's going to be tough. Next one, and this is Marion Central Catholic. They need this W bad. Taking on Wheaton Academy, who proven the doubters. I thought that there was a little bit more inexperience this year. They proved everyone wrong. Can Marion Central Catholic give Wheaton Academy an upset? Can they beat Wheaton Academy?
This is another 4-4 team that could likely pull off, some magic. But Wheaton Academy's been impressive all season long. I think Wheaton Academy keeps rolling and Marion Catholic season ends. Or Marion Central Catholic, excuse me. There's another Marion.
And again, for Marion Central Catholic, the big thing is going to be they need a second. They need to find a spark to get a second offensive playmaker besides Christian Benincourt, their tight end. Caleb McFinn is their star quarterback, but they need a second guy that's got to handle the load because Christian Benincourt can't do it all.
No.
That's the most important thing. And this Marion Central squad is just a good squad, overall coaching staff, and it's going to be a battle. And Marion Central Catholic they're starving, and this is a big time game for them. This is a big proving point, so we will see. And I thought Marion Central Catholic was going to win last year. This game, this was the first week. Guess what happened? Wheaton Academy won, and that was a shock.
Wheaton Academy destroyed them. They just win.
Yes. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Wheaton North takes on Lake Park. Lake Park needs this W, my man. What do you think?
Wheaton North has let a few games get away from them. I think Lake Park can pull the upset and get in the playoffs.
Ooh. I think it's going to be a tough game, and I think it's one of those games that's going to end really early because there's going to be a lot of running the ball. And
Declan Fortuna versus Walker Owens. Oh, baby.
Yep. Definitely going to be a big game to look out for. Next one. Let's go West Chicago.
Please.
Let's go. West Chicago takes on Larkin. What do you think, sir?
West Chicago, I don't care what the hell happens in the playoffs. Win tomorrow, and we will be happy. Seriously.
West Chicago,
come
let's
on.
go.
We are pulling hard for you tomorrow.
Do it for the program. Do it for the community. Get this W. I'm telling you right now.
You have no idea how much the community is going to rally behind you if you pull off this win.
They need, and this program needs it. And Coach Chavez has done a wonderful job. Big shout out to Coach Chavez and that whole coaching staff. They've busted their ass. This is a big proving point game. Get that W. Let's go West Chicago. And yes, we're homers, but go West Chicago. Bartlett takes on Glenbard East. Any chance of Bartlett upsetting Glenbard East?
I think the Rams keep on rolling, man. The Rams has picked up a huge win last week. They're going to feed off that into the playoffs.
I think you're completely right. Glenbard East is going to get that W. Addison Trail. Now, this is crazy. Addison Trail is taking on DGS. DGS has already got a spot clinched already with 5 wins. It's crazy.
Yeah.
What do you think about this game? Can Addison Trail get the big win?
This could push up their seeding if Addison Trail gets the big win. And Addison Trail's been looking good all year long. You know what, Pete? I like Addison Trail. Let's keep it going, baby.
I'm going to say this right now. Deion Davis is having a hell of a season. Deion Davis is one of the best running backs in the state of Illinois. He's killing it. Offensive line, and that defense too of DGS. This is going to be a great game. Definitely a game to check out. Now we go into your forte, my man.
Yes, sir.
Naperville Central takes on Neuqua Valley. Naperville Central won big the first matchup this season against Neuqua Valley. What do you think, sir?
Which happened to be the last time Neuqua Valley lost, was that game to Central. Now, sure, Neuqua Valley is riding, a 3-game winning streak with their offense, exploding on the scoreboard. They're not going to be exploding tomorrow because, you're playing against a good Naperville Central team. I think this game will be a lot closer than 21-7. But Central makes it 2 for 2 on the year against Neuqua. And this game will be decided by no more than 7 points.
And that is Naperville Central alumni Patrick Codo. As you all can hear, if you see him throw batteries at him and yell at him, he is a homer. It is so sad. It is so sad. He wishes that he could have the winning tradition of Westmont Sentinel football.
Don't make me get out the ring.
I think the scariest thing right now is a hot Ryan Muller from Neuqua Valley.
Exactly. And obviously he's pissed. And obviously he remembers what happened the last time he played against Central. He threw 2 interceptions. The team had 5 turnovers in that game.
Yep. And I like that. And I hate to say it, I like Hoffman in Neuqua Valley. And I like that defensive tackle, Dukevich. Dukevich. That little defensive tackle, he kicks ass.
Don't forget about Nick Williamson.
And Nick Williamson, too. Yes.
Yeah, the defense isn't bad. Neuqua's defense really isn't bad. It's just that if Central gets off hot early, their offense is going to be in trouble.
But again, this is a quick reminder again. This is the DuPage Valley Conference. Your conference is an absolute pain in the ass to discuss or talk about because literally.
Well, now they're going to form with the fucking Southwest Suburban Conference.
So, yeah, I just got a weird feeling about this weekend that there's going to be in the DuPage Valley. It's going to be chaos again. There's going to be some sort of type of chaos.
Oh, speaking of, all right, that's it. You want to talk about chaos, Pete? I know this is on the list. Mattia Valley takes on DeKalb tomorrow. Mattia wins.
I like that. Next one. Waubonsie Valley takes on Naperville North. What do you think, sir?
Everyone's gonna need a bag of batteries tomorrow night because I have faith in Waubonsie. I'm gonna go with Waubonsie again. They are pissed off from last week. They are gonna pull the upset and get into the playoffs.
And I think this is going to be great. I think this is going to be honestly great for Waubonsie Valley to get a second chance at Naperville North coming in this week. They played them, and you have to give the slightest little bit of advantage. And I gave the advantage to Naperville North last week. I said Naperville North, they were going to get that W. But Waubonsie Valley, I tend to agree with you, sir. I tend to agree with you.
This is Coach Baumgartner's first senior class that went through all their 4 years at Waubonsie Valley.
Nice.
What a way to get them into the playoffs as they were seniors. He started when they were freshmen.
Nice. That's good. That's always a good sign. All right, IHSA games of the week. We got Morris versus Sycamore. 2 undefeated teams. What do you think, sir?
You're going to see a lot of ground and pound tomorrow, Pete.
Yep. Big shout to Blake Films, by the way. Yeah, and again, with Morris and Sycamore, the big thing, and I'm going to say this right now, is Morris is those 3 players. Carter Budden, Zweers, and Swartz, the running back. Zweers, the wide receiver. Carter Button and Zweers are the career leaders now for Morris football, that storied tradition of Morris football. But with Sycamore, you have Burt Gatcher. He just got an offer from Iowa, if I'm not mistaken, as well. He's a hell of a player. So this is going to be a hell of a game. This is definitely one of the best games in the state of Illinois. It's going to be tough, especially this Morris team.
One of the best games in the state of Illinois tomorrow.
Yeah, and this Morris team is starting to feel like a team of destiny. But the Sycamore team, their defense has allowed a really low percentage, especially of when they get into the red zone as well. And they beat Simeon. I think it was week 2. Week 1, they absolutely crushed the Kelp. Absolutely.
Sycamore?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. Just absolute craziness. But this is a hell of a game. Next one, and we got to talk about it because it's the battle in the Chicago.
It's the best of the game come Saturday.
Mount Carmel versus Loyola. What do you think, sir?
We're going to see lots of offense on Saturday. Where's the game at? Is it in Mount Carmel or Loyola?
I believe it's at,
because Loyola was the host last year.
I think it's at Loyola. Yeah, it's at Loyola.
You know what? I think Loyola gets the revenge. I mean, both teams are well stacked.
I'll say this right now, and I'll eat crow. You guys can throw batteries at me and call me a jackass. Simple as that. But whoever loses this game will win the state title.
Well, we saw that last year.
Yep.
With Loyola losing.
I'm going to stick it again.
Both teams won the state title. Here's a good catch. Neither will win the state title. Whoever wins. Let's put it there.
So we will see.
These upper classes, 5A through 8A, are loaded.
I like it. And like I said last night, I was completely impressed with Loyola's the youth that they've been able to adapt and get ready. Their linebacker core.
Pete, like we talked about week 2, Loyola, you could throw Loyola's, third group of linebackers on
3A team. Yeah.
Or no, give some of Matia's, third string linebackers. So get some of Loyola's third string linebackers and put them on Matia Valley.
Yeah. It's that damn good. You're right. All right. We have one question. Another offensive line question too. Caffey Green out of Whedon. Who has the best offensive line in DuPage County right now?
Oh, that's a great question. Well, lately that offensive line has been Naperville Central for sure. I mean, can't go wrong about the Glumbards, Glumbard East and Glumbard South. Shoot. Oof. ICs, obviously. Basically, any team that has a good offense will always have a good offensive line.
I'll say this: Glenbard East's offensive line, unbelievable. We in the Academy.
Downs Grove North. Noah Battle can't have his kick-ass season without an offensive line.
We in the Academy
can't have.
Yeah, what are you gonna say?
I say Aiden Clark can't have a kick-ass season without his stud offensive line led by Grant Ellinger, along with 2 juniors and Connor Sands and Daniel Conway.
And Wayne Academy's offensive line, they stepped up majorly this season, and you can see it in the game film. Very impressed with this Wayne Academy offensive line, what they were able to do. And West Chicago stepped it up as well.
I would have to agree. Yeah, West Chicago offensive line. I mean, some of those guys could be going both ways. So West Chicago.
Yes, and I think DGS, they're solidifying something. Naperville North, there was a little bit ups and downs, but they're getting a lot better. I see.
Addison Trail.
Yeah. Oh, Addison Trail too. Boom. Coach K. Yeah, definitely. Big shout out to Addison Trail as well. All right, that is it. Week 9 is in the books for the DuPage Run and Shoot Show. My name is Coach Big Pete, a.k.a. Peter Leinweber, publisher of Deep Dish Football. You can follow me, Coach Big P, and DH Football on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Follow DuPage Run and Shoot Show on Twitter and Facebook as well. My email is coachbigpetefp@gmail.com. Breakfast with Coach Big Pete, Saturday, 9 a.m. Now, sign it off, Mr. Codo. Take it away.
With pleasure. It was a great regular season, Pete. I cannot believe the regular season is done. Playoffs are next week. Oh, the playoff show. I'm already excited for the playoff show. Matchups haven't even been announced yet, but I am ready.
There we go.
Until next week, everyone. My name is Patrick Codo, the co-host of DuPage Run and Shoot, a sports reporter at NCTV 17, and the host of Codo's Mojo. You can find us all on Facebook, X, and Instagram. And if you have any questions for me, email me at pcodo@nctv17.org.
And a new episode of Codo's Mojo is out too, isn't it?
Yes, sir. We just dropped one out yesterday.
All right, sir. See you next week.
Yes, sir. See you next week.
Have a good one.
You too, Pete.